Good morning, friends. This is the Prepared Suburbanite back at you. Well, we survived the great eclipse of 2024. Around here, we were only at about 77 to 79% totality. So all it really did was it just got a little bit dimmer, and there was kind of a weird flushing green color to everything for just a few minutes, and the sun came back. I didn't see any unusual wildlife activity or anything weird like that, but I was outside, didn't look up, but just noticed the difference in the intensity of the sunlight, and that was pretty much it. So I hope that the eclipse found you safe and everything turned out just fine. And like I said before, come Tuesday morning, we'll be right back to being whatever normal means today. And here we are. So what I'd like to do in this video is a quick follow-up to my previous video where I asked 3 questions to the prepper community. So stick around. Okay, so here we go. The first question that I asked was, what is the biggest threat that we in the prepper community face today? And I was very surprised by the results. Overwhelming was the government is the biggest threat that we face. And I guess I'm not really surprised with that particular answer. Some of the others were, the biggest threat were non-preppers, the national debt, their particular location, the food supply, physical fitness. So I think that's a pretty good representation. My thoughts on the biggest threat that we face is leftist ideology. And I suppose that can manifest itself in the feelings that the government, which is now pretty much way over on the left-hand side, maybe the two are complementing each other, but I really think that the leftist ideology, the communist ideology that we're exposed to and thrust upon every single day, that's the biggest threat that we face. The second question that I asked was, aside from the basics of food, water, and shelter, what's the next most important prep for you? And the results were kind of all over the board, but they all made sense. One commenter said everything is next on my list, so all things was there. Medical and medical training ended up in the responses. Planning for retirement was one. Natural medicine, to learn more about natural medicine. Gardening is that was mentioned more than once. Making sure that you've got enough cash on hand, that's a good thought. Bartering, learning how to barter, knowing what to barter, all those skills that go along with trading and bartering, that was up there on the list. Making sure that you've got all the right tools and supplies that you're going to need after the S hits the fan, and that's a great one. Security issues around your home, your property, your homestead. Security issues, I think, are a big one. And defense and communications ended up on the list there. There weren't too many duplicates in that one, so I think there's a lot of folks that are pretty well prepared already, and they're just zeroing in on a couple of areas that they've identified as being a little bit weak in, that they need some more practice in, that they need to make a bigger investment in. So the next biggest prep for me, I think, is power. Having means of alternative power when the lights go out for whatever reason, whether we get hit with an EMP or a coronal mass ejection or just a whole grid down kind of a situation. Having alternate forms of power, I think that's very high on my list. We've got a whole house generator from Generac. We've got a couple of decent 1300 watt solar generators. I've got two inverter gas powered generators. So I think I'm pretty well set, but I'm not 100% where I want to be. And I think a bigger, more powerful solar generator, solar battery bank would be in order for us. And the third question that I asked was, how do you rate yourself on a scale of preparedness? Are you a beginner, intermediate, or advanced? And answers were all across the board. One commenter rated himself 7 out of 10. That's pretty darn good. Above average. Some folks admitted that they were actually just beginners. A few said that they were at the intermediate stage, but still had a long way to go. A lot of the continuing comments and some of the explanations, that's the word. Some of the explanations that they gave was, we're never finished being prepared, never finished with our preps, and we're always learning. So those are the answers to the question. Where I would rate myself, I think, would be somewhere around intermediate, but not all the way to advanced, because I've still got quite a few things that are still on our list of priorities for the future. Now, with that said, I'd like to just say thanks to all the folks that commented on that video. It really did. I learned a lot by going through all the comments, and I hope that you found this recap somewhat helpful. And if you did find it helpful and you learned something here, give us a thumbs up. Make sure that you can share this wherever you can, and double check to make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. This is the Prepared Suburbanite, reminding you to be prepared always, and I'll see y'all on the next video.